What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen. The Jujutsu Kaisen edition, episode 2 of season 2 is out now. And as always, my disclaimer, we will be going over the episode, so make sure you watch it so that you're not spoiled. Want to give a shout out to the creator, and you guys know my slogan. Excuse me if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but to Gege Akutami. And gotta give a shout out to Mappa Studios. Another great episode. Love the animation with the attention to detail that they put. You feel like you're there. Great soundtrack. Sets the mood, sets the tone for some of the scenes that we saw this week. Episode 2 covers chapters 67, 68, and 69 of Volume 8. Love the episode. We get introduced to the Star Plasma vessel, Rico. And so the interactions between her, Geto, and Gojo were hilarious. I was cracking up at the scene where Gojo's looking for Rico and ends up embarrassing her in front of her friends. I knew the girls were gonna go crazy when he took his shades off. Because like I told my friend, we see it happen in real life. The girls go crazy over Gojo anyway. So we know it's going to happen in the anime. We leave off from last episode. We know that Geto and Gojo were left with the task to have to keep this girl safe until until she meets up with Tengen. We know that she's going to become basically his host due to his curse technique. And like I said before, this is a very important time. Pay attention to the explanations of curse techniques and things like that. There's a lot of information that's going to be given to us during these times. So definitely got to pay attention to what's going on. And so we see that Rico wants to spend her last couple days living her life as normal, and so she decides to go to school. And here's where we find out that she actually has a bounty on her head, and this is why people are after her. And so here in this episode, we see just how special Geto and Gojo are. Of course, we know that they're young, but are a force to be reckoned with. And so here we see this older jujutsu sorcerer underestimate Geto, not really think he's capable of much. We've seen this instance in season 1 with Megumi when he was fighting another one of the students, and where they were in an enclosed space and Megumi uses a bigger Shikigami, and so that it would render the attacker basically useless since they can't do much in a small space. And so Geto basically baits him, brings him up close, thinking that he's not good at hand-to-hand combat. One of my favorite panels this week. Shout out to Mappa. We see how they showed this person's life basically flash before his eyes. Geto beat the bricks out of him. Tried to get some information out of him. And like I said earlier, there's a bounty on her. So now there's going to be people with special abilities that are going to be after her and trying to get this money. And so we see Gojo run into the other person that's also after her. Like I said, shout out to Gege, because Jujutsu Kaisen does give great explanations for the curse techniques and things of that sort. And so here we get another explanation of Gojo's curse technique. And of course, anybody could correct me in the comments, but to my understanding, because of Gojo possessing both the 6 eyes, which gives him an unlimited amount of curse energy, and the limitless technique, there's basically an infinite void, a space where nobody would be able to touch him. And we see here, again, remember, this is a flashback, so Gojo hasn't cultivated it yet, where he's not able to use reverse cursed energy. So when he tries to use what we know as red, it doesn't work because, like they explained earlier in the episode, he can't use curse technique reversal yet. When he pulled the two attackers together, that would be his usual curse technique. And I'm assuming that red is again the reversal where he's able to shoot out this infinite void. And of course, throughout the show, we've seen purple, which I assume is just a combination of both, like we saw in season 1, and like I had there in the figure, the rendition of that move, curse technique. But again, since this is a flashback and young Gojo, like he said, it tires himself out and he's not able to do it yet. So it was funny to see. He tries to use it, but can't. But of course, we know that Gojo is also a very capable hand-to-hand fighter. And so he's able to take care of the threat this way. But again, we do know that there's other people involved. And so we know that the threat is not necessarily taken care of yet. But like I said, dope episode. Looking forward to seeing more. We know that Megumi's father is lurking in the background and is waiting. He's using this time and the bounty to his advantage. And what he says, tiring out the sorcerers and just waiting for his time to strike. Let me know what you guys thought. And we out. Peace.